All right, the front portion of the lift is essentially done. So we're good with this portion. We're gonna go ahead and move on to the back. That one has a little bit more going on. We won't be doing anything with the factory shock assembly, but we will be undoing the subframe mounts on the front and back, as well as this portion has a bracket coming from the mount over to the chassis as well. We'll be totally undoing these, dropping this bracket completely to install the subframe spacers. So I think they're 1-inch or 2-inch subframe spacers. Anyways, doing that to have a new spacer that threads onto the body side to be able to drop this bracket down completely. We do have to undo the sway bar, as well as they say to undo both sides of the eccentrics for the control arm. Not sure if that's actually going to be necessary or not, but we will have to undo the one for the lower control arm to the knuckle. That portion you do need to support with a jack or something like that. Before undoing that, you have to have pressure against that, because this one is holding all of the pressure from the spring assembly. You don't want to, even if you were able to take the nut off this side of the bolt, you wouldn't be able to get this bolt out of there with the spring pushing against it. But if you were, it would be horrible, because that arm would push down, spring would come out. Bad juju beans. Anyways, so we will put a jack under here, take this bolt out, slowly lower this arm down. That will relieve spring tension. Spring comes out, and then the new spacer goes in between the spring and the chassis. So anyways, we're gonna get started on that portion of it. We'll get this lifted back up, get everything supported, and we'll show you how to do that part. All right, so working on the rear suspension now. Like I said, there's a lot more going on with the rear suspension setup on this versus the front. Front's very simple and straightforward. The rear is also very simple, but there's just more stuff going on. So the rear, you have to do a subframe drop mounts and then the spring spacers. So on this one, right now we have these brackets off completely. So these are 22mm nuts. They go on these rear studs. And also there's a bracket, which we have down over here. But that comes over to this existing body stud right here. Those are 12mm nuts going on there. So we have both of those off completely, but we have the subframe supported with this little jack here. In the front end portion, we have the original setup. They are a bolt setup, unlike the rear, which is a stud. So we have these totally down. We put in the new supplied 1-inch spacer that goes between the subframe bushing and the body. And then they have a new supplied washer and bolt. So we have those in there just real lightly. So for the rear setup, which is a stud, there's a 10mm hex on this where we can pull this stud out of the body, and it will be replaced with a bolt setup like the front. You want to have the fronts in already so everything is lined up. Otherwise the whole subframe could move around a little bit, be a whole lot of hell for you. So we're going to pull these studs out, lower the subframe a tiny bit more on this side at least, get the spacers in there, do the new bolts and washers and everything. And then once we are done with that, we'll get these mostly snugged up, not totally tight. And then we will pull the bolts out for the control arm to the knuckle on the bottom. On not a lift, but just on jack stands, you will have your jack placed under here to support this, to push up on it, so you are able to pull this bolt out because you have the full spring tension against the lower control arm. Get the arm dropped down, get the spring down, and we can place a spacer in between here, and we'll be done with the rear portion of the lift, with the exception of torquing everything. All right, so now we are done with the rear suspension setup. We have the appropriate spacers in for the subframe. Our 1-inch spacers here in the forward portion. Also the rearward. We have our spring spacer here. Spring spacer goes against the chassis, and then you keep the rubber isolator between the spring and the spacer. In the instructions, they say to undo the camber bolts for both sides. I did not undo those. I left those set the way they were you have enough room to move the arm down and get the spacers in there comfortably. Push this back up, get the bolt lined up in the knuckle. Without undoing these, it keeps everything a little bit closer to what it's supposed to be. Have our sway bar links bolted back up again inside the control arms. Everything we undid is all tightened back up again. We do have our new spacers up inside of here, which you tighten down. The factory 12mm nuts. Make sure you have everything torqued down. They give you torque specs with the manual. They do also say to undo the brake line portion for the rear when you're doing it. I didn't undo any of the brake line stuff on this one, had plenty of room. That's totally up to you. Get the wheels back on, get them torqued back up, get the set back down, and see what type of height difference we have now. All right, so we are all finished with the lift now. With the Ready Lift 2-inch lift. I have the measurements over there. When I measured it to begin with, I measured from the top of the wheel well to the ground, front and back, at the hub center. I got 32.5 inch in the front and 32 inch in the rear. Front wheel wells are a little bit higher, even though the back end of the vehicle is actually raked up in the rear. But anyways, as for measurement standards, 32 inch rear, 32.5 inch front. The new measurement after the lift with it sitting down is 35.5 inch in the front and just under 35 inch in the rear. And you can really tell. In the video, may not be as easy to tell, but in person it is definitely easy to tell that it is definitely higher than it was before. So hopefully this video helps you if you're going to be doing any type of a lift with your RAV. There's a lot of companies that are making lifts for these setups now. Previous RAVs, there's been a lot of companies too, but especially for this generation, the 19 and up, there's a lot of people jumping on the bandwagon for that. This one was from Ready Lift. It's a 2-inch kit. Everything that I saw, I really liked it. I liked the way everything went on. Hopefully everything goes good with this one. This is actually my personal vehicle, so if there's anything bad, I'll be sure to let you guys know. But as far as I'm concerned right now, I'm really appreciating it. I hope this video is helpful with your setup on your RAV. And if you have any questions or comments, go ahead and put them in there and we'd be happy to help you. So thanks for watching, and happy modding.